And we're back. And we're back. Since I've been posting every single day, I noticed that my follower count, my subscriber count on YouTube is going up. I have noticed that it's going up almost one person every day. What I like to do, my channel is not very interactive yet. And that's because I don't really like using the gimbal that I have. Maybe I should sell it. Maybe I should post it and then see if I can take some of that money to it's like 100 some odd dollars. I think it was like 130 or something like that. The one that I have, in order to get me a different type of camera. I don't like using my phone for vlogging. I don't. And with the Action 6, it records in vertical and horizontal at the same time. And what that means is that I can record for YouTube and TikTok at the same time. And not have to, like, I could take my snippets and not have to do it two different ways. Because now, like, when I go out to the go-go or concerts, I'll record in horizontal and then I'll flip my phone and then have to record it again, versus getting an all-in-one type thing. And this starts to get expensive, especially when you're funding it and you're not truly making money from it. I know I was explaining to someone why they needed to get on TikTok Live. I was like, I made like $65 an hour one time. And it was looking like, oh, okay, like it's not a lot when so $65 on live. Okay, let's just talk about it. When you get a rose, your rose is like 0.00002 cents. So to make $65 an hour, right? And people don't understand that. But if you're doing a 2-for-1, right? If you're already getting paid to do a gig and we set our camera up, okay? And gifts start coming in because they appreciate what you're doing, then it's like it's like your tip jar technically. And I was trying to explain that to them, but I don't really think that they get it. And some creators don't get it, and that's okay. I'm not here to force anyone to understand what being a creator on TikTok or YouTube does. You get it or you don't. And when I say you get it or you don't, that even goes for the ladies that say, what am I supposed to do? I don't know, bitch. Should I quit? Absolutely. Because that's one less person that I have to compete against. And I know that probably sound like some hater bitch, mean girl type shit, but I don't give a fuck. Because nobody gives a fuck about, when in this creator world, nobody gives a fuck about me as far as other creatives. I'm not talking about the people in my circle. Nobody gives a fuck if I show up every day for myself. Nobody gives a fuck if I make sure that this series goes on until December 31st. Nobody gives a fuck about my woes with lighting and mics and the space. Nobody gives a fuck. You either gonna show up for yourself or you're fucking not. And that's just how I feel about the other bitches, because fuck you. It seems like we are overwhelmed and bombarded with creators in our space, but we are not, baby. It seems that way because we like to follow our own. So when there's 30 popular black girls that do Korean skincare and that's all we see, we feel as though we can't be that 31st because there's 30. But then there are thousands upon thousands of white girls doing the same thing. And then there's probably upwards to hundreds of thousands because of their population and Asia doing the same fucking thing. 31 is not going to hurt nobody. But if you don't believe in yourself, babe, I'm not going to believe in for you. I have nothing in my cup to pour into people who don't feel as though they are deserving. Now, if you feel that you're deserving, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. Speaking of deserving, I don't know why my brain is going this way, but I do want to talk about it. I'm going to start going live on Tuesdays between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just going to talk. That's how I grew my following on TikTok. Why would it not work for YouTube? This is where I want to be. I want to be on YouTube. The engagement comes from Instagram as well. I'm not really pressed about that, but I would love to grow my YouTube. I would love to see where I started and look back and laugh and say, oh my goodness, I remember I was so pressed for that content room. And now I have a studio. I can see my studio in my head. I know what I want. My studio is like a blend of, y'all seen Nini's? Nini's is really nice. Nini's, but with a small audience. And when I say small audience, like almost auditorium style, 10, 20, maybe 30 seats, rounded. It doesn't have to be 100 some odd people in there, a good 30, just to give it the curve, the feel, but you still want intimacy. And I'm talking, but I don't want to do, like, of course we'll bring up this viral, that viral, but I just feel like people are very restricted because it's daytime. Once you get your own platform, you can do whatever you want to do. Shout out to Don Lemon. He can say whatever the fuck he wants to say. He could cuss out whoever the fuck he wants to curse out, and he still has his following. He still has his people. And not to say that that's going to be me, but you get to be your true, authentic self once you spend the money on your equipment. Once you take the time to stay consistent with yourself. Once you take the time to fucking start and keep fucking going. I've started, not necessarily stopped, but paused a lot because of life. And who am I now? I saw what it did for me, which was nothing. I was on a roll a couple years ago. Because of my privacy, I probably could be way further along if I was more open with my life. When I was in the hospital, I could have ate that. I could have ran that shit up. I'm so fucking vain. I didn't want nobody to see me with my motherfucking Coolio plaits in my motherfucking hair that be on the fucking internet forever. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Even if you scrub it, people still have screenshots. I have screenshots from 2010 to 2014 Twitter in my Google Photos. Please stop fucking playing with me, right? So I didn't want to appear that way. My branding is about looking good, feeling good, loving yourself, and I wasn't feeling good at that point in time in my life because I was like, whoa, I don't even have a wig to put on. Who even wants a wig on their head when they have oxygen in their nose? You know what I'm saying? And I had someone text me semi segue and say, hey, there's nothing wrong, first and foremost. But if I go before you do, bury me with a 3.5 in my shades and I'm hollering. But I don't want my funeral, I don't want my announcement to be like she died. I want y'all to say she's in her forever coma. I'm not ever going to let people forget that I was in a coma. And I already said it and I'm going to say it again. There's nothing wrong with me. Okay. Just for the record, I do want to be embalmed standing up in a pose. I want everything to be like a party. I want a huge party, a huge celebration of life because I love life. And I want, y'all could call it the Forever Coma Tour. I don't know. We'll figure that part out, but I do want to be embalmed standing up. And I definitely want everybody to enjoy themselves. And I want it to be not scandalous is not the word, but I want it to be a remembrance. I want people to say, and that's how you do a motherfucking funeral. Okay? I want it to be like, what happened for the people that's banned? Because it's motherfuckers that's banned. You knew that though. Fucking around with me, I have a list of motherfuckers that can't come to my funeral. I don't want them crying over my body. If my cousin Michelle is still alive, she's not allowed to come. Stacy can come. I miss Stacy, but Stacy can come. Um, I don't want nobody else from North Carolina coming because, and I'm talking about the private side, like that side, the countryside, because they didn't call me when my mother died, so they not allowed to come. Only the people that came to my mother funeral from that side can come. So Erica Lee, you could come if I go before you. Yeah, cause fuck y'all, and I mean that shit. No, who the fuck y'all thought y'all was playing with? Y'all always say, Nay's crazy, Nay's crazy. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. Wait till I get my money right.